and defense.
All right, Jack, Ohio State will be receiving. We look then at the strengths and weaknesses from that perspective.
And Ohio State has the ball. The strength is quarterback Greg Fry and his 2 wide receivers. They're averaging 25 points per game. Illinois has a weakness. The depth at the cornerback position has been hurt because of the injury to Chris Green, a 4-year starter at cornerback. If they have any other injuries back there, they're liable to be in some severe problems. That's a strong defensive unit, but they do have that one problem at corner.
Receivers, number 32, Robert Smith, tailback, freshman, Euclid, Ohio. 34 is Raymond Harris, 220-pound redshirt freshman, Lorain, Ohio. They're both tailbacks. Forey Wells will kick it off for Illinois. He's a redshirt freshman. He comes from Belleville. So it's native sons involved in this very first flurry of action as Illinois comes visiting Ohio State. Over Smith's head and beyond the field of play. So it'll be the 20-yard line for Ohio State. And they open up with Greg Fry at the quarterback position. The 5th-year senior out of Cincinnati, 195, and he stands 6'2". He has good size. He had a good second half in the loss against Southern California. The rest of them lining up behind the senior quarterback look this way. Scotty Graham is a fullback with Smith, the opening tailback. Jeff Graham, an outstanding flanker, wide out. And split end is Bobby Ali. First down, Buckeye. Smith slides around, loses the football. Illinois has recovered it. Marlon Primus, perhaps, but the ball was knocked out of the freshman's hand.
True freshman. This is only the 4th game he's played in since high school. That's Brownlow, number 48, that knocks the ball loose. Primus, 18, is on it, and a big turnover for the Illini.
Primus and Jones were both there. It might have been Jones, but nonetheless, huge opportunity for the Illini. And they come out in a hurry with Jason Verduzco, a sophomore out of Antioch, California, at quarterback. He's a feisty little guy. He was a wrestling champion in high school. The give goes to Howard Griffith, who scored 8 touchdowns 2 weeks ago against Southern Illinois. And obviously he would be involved, Bob Greasy, in a basic strength.
Griffith scored 8 touchdowns 2 weeks ago. A veteran offensive line. And for Ohio State, the young front 7. USC last week ran for 331 yards, so a weakness there on the first play. Illinois running right up the middle.
Griffith, the 220-pound senior from Chicago. Wagner Lester is out of the ball game right now. They've got 3 wideouts in there and a 1 remaining back as Verduzco whips it out here in a hurry to Elbert Turner. Turner from the wideout position getting blocking help inside the 5 and down to the 3-yard line. So the junior from Gary, Indiana makes it first and goal, Illini. There's Verduzco, the young man we talked about, having come from California, only 5'9", but he's feisty. This is the way they started. And there's the wideout, number 8, the flanker Turner, that made the big play. The offensive front for Illinois, reading from tight end across, 270, 280, 280, 270, 285, and Hopkins is 300. Camino Bell is in the backfield with Griffith. In there basic with a block, the handoff to Griffith. He goes over the stack and he picks up a yard. Rich Frimmel made the hit for Ohio State's defensive front. Frimmel was the defensive player of the game last week for the Buckeyes. Warm down on the floor of the stadium. See John Makovich has taken off his jacket. Bell is out and Wagner Lester comes back in at the tailback spot now for Illinois. They normally stick it in the end zone when they're this close. Finke, the tight end on that side. Verduzco rolls and throws and touchdown, Finke. They put him in motion. He went across. Nobody took him. He had a mismatch against the defender in size, and he made the catch.
Finke is the backup tight end. Here he is going in motion. He's going to come here and run for the corner of the end zone. The play action fake to the right side of the formation. Holds the linebackers and DBs for just a split second. Outstanding throw by Verduzco. I guarantee you there's no way he saw where Finke was when he threw it, but he knew he caught it.
Doug Higgins is in for the extra point try. And he's got it. Doesn't take long, does it? 2 minutes. Illinois is on the board, 7-0. The prescription turf in the deluge last week held up very well and was in very good condition this week. Same people are deep for Ohio State. Smith 32, Harris 34, and Corey Wells kicks it off. And Smith handles this one at the 6. Out to the 27. Mistakes, mistakes, mistakes.
You have a true freshman, Robert Smith, going to get the ball deep. Watch 48, bottom left of your screen. That's the 5th-year senior, Derek Brownlow. Whenever you're playing with true freshmen in the 4th game of the season, you know there's got to be something wrong with your depth at that position. Brownlow knocks it loose. Looks like Jones, 18, got on the ball.
18,
huh?
yeah.
Looked like 16 earlier.
Raymond Harris is in at tailback. He's the bigger redshirt freshman, been around a year longer. 220 pounds. Fry steps back, throws quickly. Pass caught, Jeff Graham. And Graham is thrown down after about a 7, maybe 8-yard pickup by Romero Bryce. Romero Bryce is one of the linebackers for the Illini defense. Their down people are big people. Wachter is 260, Gardner a great one, 260, Streeter 270. The backers are Mel Agee, who was a down man last year, Derek Brownlow, Bill Hinkle, and Romero Bryce. The secondary, the corners are Hamner and Jones. The safeties, Primus and Parker. 2nd down and 2. Here's Harris. And the bigger of the tailbacks crosses the 40 and picks up a 1st down. John Wachter, the senior out of Wheaton, Illinois, brought him down.
Big block there, Keith, by Jeff Ellis, the tight end. Got a hook on Agee, something that Jim Coletto, the offensive coordinator, was telling us yesterday, that they feel like Ellis, who is 265 pounds as a tight end, can handle Agee, who will be lining up right across from him all afternoon.
Agee, a down lineman a year ago, as I said, 6'5", 275. Down in the middle where the big uglies work. That's where this story is going to be told today and probably determine who wins this ballgame.
Well, for Ohio State, Dan Beatty is the center. He's a 2-time academic All-American, all Big Ten player. And Mo Gardner, a consensus All-American, will be lined up right across from him. Here's Beatty, and right across from him, nose to nose, 95, the All-American. Great matchup.
Second down, 8. Good action, passes away, passes caught by Ellis. 1st down, Ohio State, Illinois 30-yard line. Jeff Ellis, 6'4", 260, junior, Louisville, Kentucky.
Great play action here. Fry fakes the ball. Everybody is sucked in. He had 2 receivers open to the wide side of the field. The receiver to his left was open, as you see the corner of your screen. Then he decides to throw back to the center of the field to Ellis. Good play action, good call.
So the Buckeyes trying to answer, trying to recover from that opening fumble. Fullback Graham. Scotty Graham, 3 yards on the carry, brought down. Or was it Harris? It's Harris, 34, in at the fullback position. You know, they've got one fellow, Butler Minotti, who was a player of the year in Missouri, and he has only carried the ball twice so far.
That may be one of the problems, a nice problem to have for Ohio State, and that is they have so many good running backs. Their main problem is Carlos Snow, the outstanding running back from the past couple of years, is out for the year with a hip injury. He'll be back next year.
Now they've got the 2 freshmen in there, Harris 34 and Smith 32. And it's Harris. A little second effort there by Raymond gets him down about 2 yards short of his first down.
There's a look at the matchup in the middle we talked about. Beatty is 76. He's going to get help all day from the guard. That's Peterson, 75. That time it looks like he may have won the battle. Puts Gardner on his back. But, you know, normally a good nose tackle, one-on-one, should win that. But offensive guards will help one side or the other on Mo Gardner all day.
Now Scotty Graham is in with Harris deep. Jeff Graham going in motion. Fry fakes it, keeps it, throws it. Jeff outside Bobby Olive, the senior from Atlanta. And Olive is on the chalk, just short of the 15. That's an Ohio State first down.
The difference in the play of Greg Fry from this week, the first couple of weeks of the season, is like night and day. Last week against Southern Cal, second half, played very, very well. Comes out today like his timing is just right on.
Ohio State has been a sluggish team all season in the first quarter. Harris, good block on the corner. And picked up about 8 yards, and the man that made that play go was Lynn Hartman, number 52, the guard.
Hartman and Klein both the weak side, pulling and gunning around. 52 is Hartman. He is always they call it the quick guard. I have trouble calling anybody quick that weighs 285 pounds. He lines up always away from the tight end.
Only before lunch. Harris, that's your first down. He crossed the 5. He had his head and shoulders across the 5. They mark him short of the 5. Brownlow knocked him back, but it looks like even if they have to bring the chain in, he's going to have it. UCLA at home in Pasadena this weekend against Arizona. Arizona, of course, a team that jumped on Illinois.
Gain of 1, ball at the 5.
Illinois gave 21 points, wasn't it, to Southern Illinois in the first quarter?
Yes, they did.
First and goal. Smith is back in at tailback. Glory be, is this a place to make a confidence builder here? Want to give it to him? Yep, they do. And he scores. Touchdown.
Take a look at the 95. That's Mo Gardner, the All-American, and Beatty watches a young running back start to his left and cuts back behind the block of Beatty. Gardner rolls out, but not in time. Big score for Ohio State against the Illini.
Extra point try by Tim Williams is good. 8:50 to go, first quarter. Back where we started, all even. Well, the young man made a big mistake, gave the opposition the lead, but he comes back to play a major part in the scoring drive that ties the game at 7.
You can be sure, Keith, when he fumbled that football in the first series, that got rid of any butterflies that may have been in his stomach. He is an outstanding player, was the Ohio Player of the Year the last 2 years. So you know he can play. Good kid. He's wants to be a doctor.
The Goodyear Blimp America over the horseshoe today, piloted by Captain Mark Kynett from the Woodlands, Texas. He's probably a 2 handicapper at the Woodlands. Spartans on the board up at East Lansing. Iowa had them shut out most of the way. Kickoff by John Berger, hooking to the sidelines, taken by Clinton Lynch. He is a redshirt freshman out of Youngstown. And he is rolled down just short of the 30-yard line.
Let's take another look. Now watch as the tailback Smith. These young kids, keeping your eyes up, keeping your vision is very important. He would have never found this hole right here had he not had his head up. I don't think last week and the weeks before that he had been doing that.
Illinois to the attack now. Verduzco, 5'9", stocky, strong customer. Gonna throw it. Gets it away. Shortman to the sideline. Caught by Steve Fagan, who is into the ball game in the backfield for the first time. A sophomore out of Deerfield Beach, Florida. The Ohio State three down linemen are Spellman, Smith, Frimmel. Smith was dinged up some last week, but hung in. Simmons, Lee, Tovar, Cook, the backers. The secondary, Clark, Keel, Pelini, and Polk. Ohio State secondary people up real close in, really tight right here. Daring Verduzco to let it go deep. He goes to Fagan. And Fagan on the second down at about 4 is not going to get much. Got a pretty good matchup down there where it's muddy, dirty, when the ball's in the hands of Illinois, too.
Well, Lovelace is the center for Illinois, all Big Ten last year, and Steve Tovar leads the Ohio State Buckeyes at inside linebacker, leads the team in tackles. We got two of the best centers and some outstanding linebackers in this ball game here today. We'll be watching them all day.
Turner is wide to the bottom of the picture. Verduzco's pass is through his hands, incomplete. So at that time, the junior from Gary couldn't come up with it. Brian Cook almost intercepted it. And the Illini will have to punt it. When you're 5'9", you got to throw through the cracks. Wells kicked off a couple of times. Now he's see what he can do with a punch. Penalty flags flying all over the place here. One of the Illini had taken off down the field already. 7:56 to go in the first quarter.
Oh, the Hurricanes.
Canes are jumping them. I'm not surprised, frankly.
Hurricanes defense has not been that good so far.
Yes, today.
And neither has Florida State's.
The dead ball, offside on the defense.
That's a first down.
Yep.
Let's take a look. I don't know, you know, so many of the guys jump. Something had to happen, whether the center may be afflicted. Let's take another look. See if we can see anything. See if the center moves the ball. I didn't see him move it from that angle. It could have been something, one of the players on the Illinois squad may have been calling out a huddle like a quarterback calls snaps. And if that's the case, it's a good use of a...
John Nealon is the referee for today's ball game.
Good cadence by Makovic in the Illini.
From the 41-yard line, Howard Griffith. And at 220 pounds, 5'11", he's a tough guy. He'll carry it a lot, and he'll take a lot of abuse, and he'll walk away from it. Let's pause 5 seconds so our ABC stations can identify themselves. This is what has happened so far. That came as a result of a fumble by Robert Smith on the first carry of the ball game. This is Fagan. He may be the faster of all the people in the backfield as far as pure speed is concerned. But they handled him pretty well that time. Ohio State answered Illinois' touchdown with a drive of their own, and that's where we are all even at 7-7. With Smith, who had fumbled to give Illinois the chance, scoring the touchdown for Ohio State.
Take a look at Verduzco there, only 5'9". He's not even taller than his running backs.
Double wide, bottom of the picture. Good tight spiral. Pass is caught by Stephen Muller. Mueller is a sophomore out of Valparaiso.
And Mueller and Verduzco can have a nice conversation. They are both 5'9". They can look each other right in the eye.
There may be the team that challenges Virginia down the road. Georgia Tech remaining undefeated today. Griffith in the up back. Fagan the deep back. Now they split it. Now they go to Power I on first half. Verduzco back. Throws hard, hits his target. Ball is on the Ohio State side of the field of the 41. Frank Hartley, the tight end for Illinois, is only caught, I think that's his 4th catch of the year. He's 6'3", 270 pounds, out of Chicago. So he is not a primary receiver, but he sure is a load in the running game.
Well, you have that correct. He's probably the best blocking tight end in the Big Ten. But they don't throw the ball to him very often.
Darren Boyer has come in down the backfield along with Kameno Bell. So Illinois is using a lot of people in the backfield here in the early going. Handoff is to Boyer, and the sophomore from Mississauga, Ontario in Canada, gets maybe a yard, maybe not even that much. Alonzo Spellman, number 99, who is yet to break out this year from his defensive end or down lineman position. You don't have to have your name called a whole lot to have an impact on the ball game.
Well, that's for sure.
That may be as much as you can say for Spellman, because people are certainly aware that he's around. Griffith is back in as they go to the shotgun. Verduzco's pass is away, and he hit him right on the numbers with it. And he never saw it, I'll guarantee you, because he was flat on his back. The pass intended for Sean Wax.
Joe was right there, as you said, right on the numbers. The first down has been made if he catches the football.
But that tells you how strong Verduzco is. Now, he's flat on his back. He got no chance to see anything, but he has thrown a hummer.
That's when you know by the crowd reaction. If you're at home
right,
and they cheer, you know it's completed. But if you're on the road and they cheer, it's been incomplete.
Penalty flag as the punt is away by Wells, hitting it for the corner. It goes into the end zone. But let's see about the penalty. It's against Illinois.
Well, the last time they had a punt in third and fourth and short yardage situation, they got the Buckeyes to jump off sides. They may have tried the same thing that they tried before and been called for it themselves.
First quarter, 7-7 tie. 5 minutes and 29 seconds to play in the first period. Ohio State sending out a whole flock of new people. They put 10 of them on the front. They're going after Wells. They peel back. Wells hits it out of town. Knocks it down into the corner. Where are you going to stop? Look at him walking up that field. The punter standing back up and saying, stop! Wait a minute! He walked all the way back to the 10 where he judged it to go out of bounds. It's a jarring piece of information. But I'll tell you one thing. You know what that tells you? How hard it is to win on the road in the Big Ten. That's what it tells you.
Mackovic said when he first came to the Big Ten, he used to think offense first. He has since readjusted his thinking and now thinks defense. Well, he's got one of the best in the Big Ten.
Raymont Harris from the 10 fights for close to 5 yards, and look at this. Florida State fun. Can you imagine what the farm will be like tonight? Great gobs of golden glory. They'll shake all the trees off the eucalyptus for us.
Out in Palo Alto?
Yes. But ain't over. This is Harris, and he's got a big hole, and he can haul it. And he's finally brought down by Marlon Primus, the junior from Carson, California. Saved 6. Big play for the Buckeyes.
Greg Fry, the quarterback, does a lot of checking off at the line of scrimmage. He obviously did some checking off here. Straight blocking, man on man. Good blocking up front. And a good run by Raymond Harris.
First down from the 40, Robert Smith. And he takes a lick from Quentin Parker, playing on a sore ankle. Parker, a senior out of St. Louis, Missouri. And Iowa has added
Another
field goal.
Yeah.
That's at East Lansing, too, so they're shutting down Michigan State's offense, which has been pretty spotty. It'll be second down and 8. Smith and Graham now set up in the backfield for the Buckeyes. Fry looks, has a lot of time, throws, and it is off the hands of his receiver, who was wide open. State line was standing there with nobody around him, and he just plain missed it. Jackaroot.
Keith, remember how bad it rained here last week and the turf held up? Well, this isn't my ant farm. This is a cutaway of the turf here, the prescription athletic turf. The grass here, and then 18 inches of sand going beneath a plastic liner. But let's show you. This is a normal drainage tile. That is the irrigation pump, and that is the hose that pumped the water out. It's what kept the field so dry last week.
Looks like an ant farm.
Well, that stuff really works because it really poured here last week. The field was in good shape.
Third down and 8. Price passes away down the middle. Pass caught by Jeff Graham. First down, Ohio State. Great catch, Graham.
Here's Graham up here at the top. He's just going to go down the field and run a square in. Greg Fry is really on target this afternoon. Good protection, waits as long as he possibly can, has it hanging, and when Graham gets to the open area, the ball is there.
Harris, the fullback position. It's kind of hard on him. He's only a redshirt freshman, and he's trying to handle 2 positions. Playing fullback where you have to block, you have to do this, you have to do that. Then he goes to tailback where his demands are different. It's hard.
It's a good point, Keith. He has been around. He was here last year. He's a redshirt freshman, not a true freshman like Harris.
Second down and 9. The ball is at the Illinois 43.
Excuse me, like Robert Smith, I mean.
Scotty Graham in. Ball given to Smith. Pops it out of there. And he will have a first down at the 31 of Illinois and check in with Roger Twyble.
Thank you very much, Keith. 36 seconds to go, 4th quarter. For the 4th time from the 1-yard line, Tommy Bardell of Stanford. And the Cardinal leads the Fighting Irish at South Bend. 13 seconds to go, 36-31. If they lose, it will be only the 3rd time Notre Dame has lost at home and ranked number 1. And Bob Greasy, Purdue were the other 2 teams to beat them.
Who would have thunk it?
Who answered the man? Who were the other 2 teams to beat him?
Well, I think Purdue was one.
Scotty Graham finally gets a carry and blows it big down to the 15-yard line.
Take a look at the key in the middle. We talked about double teaming Mo Gardner. He spins out. That leaves a huge gaping hole. Hinkle, number 51, just misses the block. He's the linebacker that has to make the play. Scotty Graham gets up. I tell you what, Keith, they're running right through this Illini defense. Coming into the ball game, Illinois defensively was leading the Big Ten in overall defense.
They're just tearing them up. You got a timeout on the field. It'll be charged to the Illini. They've got to mend some fences. Get a finger in the dike. Monday on ABC Sports, the Cleveland Browns go to Denver. Play Big John and the Denver Broncos. AFC Championship rematch. Live coverage with Al, Frank, and Dan at 9 Eastern Time. high in the Rockies, flew over them coming back east. Snow all over the place.
Two teams that are off to opposite starts. The Brownies having their problems. Denver with Elway seems to be sailing along pretty well.
Yeah, they took some lumps in Buffalo and looked like they had one and locked up and ready to go home and wound up losing the thing.
It's one of those games that Denver should have won and didn't, and Buffalo really had no right to it. Yep. They played well for 35, 40 seconds, 50, maybe a minute and a half, and won the ball game.
First down for Ohio State. Just seconds to go in that one as Stanford leads by 5. I guess it's just seconds. I think Roger said 13 or something like that. Miami's kicking Florida State pretty good in the second quarter. And Michigan, which may have as much talent as any team in the country, may eventuate to that position if Notre Dame should lose today. All right, let's see what Ohio State can do now. See if they can get the lead here in the first quarter, as the Illini have been pushed around a lot in this first period, and that's been their want so far this season. Harris and Rayvon Harris will get it down close to the 12, and that's 3.5 or so. Mel Agee brought him down. Agee is number 96, and he is the big guy who was in the trenches. Now they've made him into a stand-up outside linebacker, which puts him in the rush position.
Although he is a stand-up outside linebacker, he is down in a three-point and coming most of the time. That Ohio State offensive line, huge, big offensive line, is just blowing them out.
Final score, there it is. Number 1 falls. Stanford beats Notre Dame 36-31 in South Bend. Holy cow. Raymond Harris swinging it around the right side, close to the 5-yard line, close to a first down. I don't think he'll get it. It looks like he's a half a yard short. So the stunner of the season so far. Stanford beats Notre Dame in South Bend. Stanford doesn't have a picnic next week at home because Southern California is coming to town in a Pac-10 game.
But a big win for Coach Green.
Ooh, is it ever? It's a big win for the entire Stanford family. Third down, a half a yard, and over the top goes Harris. First down goal to go Ohio State. Ohio State now with 109 yards rushing in the first quarter of play.
Yeah, and it's because of that big offensive line.
Jack?
Keith, that's some good news for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Jeff Graham, after having such a good game so far, has got a slightly separated shoulder on the right side. They're going to tape it back up, but he's questionable as to whether he'll be able to go at full speed or at all.
If they keep running like this, they may not need him. For sure. First and goal goes to Harris. To the 1. Gain of 2 yards. And brought down by Bill Hinkle, an inside backer, the senior from Decatur, Illinois. Clock ticking along at 40 seconds to go in the first period. 7-7 ball game, and Ohio State trying to untie it. Bernard Edwards had been in. He's out now, and Olive goes in. Jim Coletto, who is the offensive coordinator for Ohio
State. He wants a timeout, Keith.
Well, he's down to 20 seconds.
He just had Edwards run on the field and go to the official.
Well, he couldn't get anybody out there to look at him,
look
so
back.
He could signal timeout. So they used up a lot of seconds. Got a part of 15 wasted seconds there.
The reason he called timeout, he obviously had a bad play called, one that he didn't want, or there's to take a look at Graham, the wide receiver. But when you either call the play that the play that is not going to work against the defense they have on, or you called it incorrectly.
You've got 19 seconds to play in the first quarter. Well, Michigan State's not out of the woods. Iowa's beaten them at East Lansing, so the Spartans are in trouble. Michigan handily in front of Wisconsin in their game. And next Saturday, we'll have the Battle of Michigan for you. It'll be in Ann Arbor. Live coverage begins at 3:30 Eastern Time on ABC's College Football. Well, they're putting the uniform back on for Jeff, so I guess he's going to try to stay out there and try to be part of it if they need him. He's their punt returner.
He is. He is an outstanding punt returner. Oh, he has one for a touchdown this year. That's Coletto there, the offensive coordinator. And we had a nice chat with him yesterday. He was talking about the young people that they have on this offense, and it's just going to take some time. And as John Cooper has said, that if anybody's going to get them, they better get them this year, because they've got some good young people, both offensively and defensively.
Number 12, a fellow named Pickens,
quarterback,
laying in the shade for next year.
Makes a good move back inside. You don't need much of an opening.
Herbstreit puts it down. Williams knocks it through. 14 seconds to play in the first quarter. Ohio State dominating the first period of play, leading 14-7. The Illini touchdown came after an Ohio State fumble in the very first series. And now let's go here to Roger Twibble.
Thank you very much, Keith. Tommy Vardell, 4 one-yard touchdowns in that game at South Bend. Let's show you the final play of the game. Meyer back to pass for the Irish. Derek Brown, his 6'7" tight end, is there, and he drops the football. So number 1 is fallen. Number 2, Florida State trails at halftime. And could third-ranked Michigan be number 1 next week? They just might. A disappointed Derek Brown as the Irish lose to the Cardinal. Let's go back to Keith Jackson.
Even the tree will be dancing tonight at Stanton. Harris put it in the end zone, and were it not for that mistake, Ohio State would really be dominating this ballgame.
20, John Berger kicking off.
But that 14 points allowed by the Illini defense is the norm so far this season.
They have not played well in the first quarter all year long.
Fagan is 44, Lynch 28, and it's Berger to kick it off. Short. At the 21-yard line. Johnson. Philmel Johnson, a defensive back. Across the 35, it'll be first down, the Illini at the 36.
Let's go back to the last touchdown. These two offensive linemen are going to come in here. The fullback is going to kick out. The guard is going to come and kick out. There'll be a huge seam right in here for the back to run through. Watch as the 2 outside men come down, the 2 inside block out. Huge seam in there. You know, you don't usually see that much running room inside the 5-yard line. Good blocking by Ohio State.
Well, let's see what we've got here now. We've got Hartley out of the ball game. And they got 3 wide receivers in. Verduzco back on first down to throw it. Drops it short underneath to Wagner Lester, the tailback, and that's good for about 4 yards. And the quarter is over with Ohio State leading Illinois 14-7. Second quarter we go with the Buckeyes leading by 7, 14-7. Sellout again at the big old horseshoe.
Illinois likes to spread the passing around. 28 to the wide receiver before today, and 27 to the running backs. Only 7 to the tight ends, and today they've spread it around pretty good. 6 different receivers already today. That's coming into the ball game. They had spread it around. I think this is the 30th straight game that 6 different receivers have caught a pass for Illinois.
Second down and 6 with Wagner, Lester, Howard, Griffith in the backfield, and Lester trying to turn the corner, gets to the 41, and Dave Mono takes him down, 77. Looking at third and short by 4.5. Throws, Finke. That's the same play that resulted in the Illinois touchdown. This is good for a first down, just across the 49 up near midfield.
All right, let's take a look from behind Verduzco. He's only 5'9". He's going to look between everybody. Sees his man, knows exactly. He's a smart young student of the game, Verduzco is, so he knows where his people are going to be. He looks for the defense and throws around them.
This is Darren Boyer. 8-yard pickup. So the Illini have found something over there on that side of the field. They keep working the boundary side with their running game.
So look at the first quarter statistically. Look at the rushing yards. Ohio State 112. And of course, total yardage there 169 to 57.
Dave Burnson, our statistician, pointing out that they don't get the wake-up call in the second quarter this season. There goes Griffith, and he's got the first down.
Yeah, and they wake up after the first quarter. They've done all right, outscoring their opponents 85 to 29.
Why is that? Why would you have something like that?
You know, it may be just, you know, Mackovic has got a bunch of seniors on this ball club. They may be very confident of their abilities, and they may just go out and just not really wake up, not really say, we don't have to play, we can beat this team, and then they can come from behind.
Sure, one of these days, though.
Yeah, you're right.
Like Arizona, Sean Wax reaches up, pulls it in, and hauls it on down the field. Inside the 20 and a first down for the Illini. So now they're in a mood to tie things up one more time. Yeah, Western Michigan got the zips today. Home game, always tough, aren't they? This is Howard Griffith. Oh, good play. Rolling him down. Number 57. Command, Greg Smith.
Smith is the nose tackle. Talked about Lovelace, the center for Illinois. Number 54. Smith just plays right off of him. The guard tries to clip his heels. Smith had an outstanding game right on this field last week against Southern Cal. Probably the best game of his career.
Bell is in the backfield now. It's second down and 13. Ball resting back around the 23. Verduzco back as all day. Now takes off and gets his britches dirty down around the 21-yard line. The two inside backers, Tovar and Lease, with the stains on his pretty white shirt.
Well, you mentioned Verduzco being a state wrestling champ. Came out of California. He was the 165-pound champion his senior year. All-state and all-American wrestler. He won 83 matches and lost 2 his last 2 years. And how many times do you get that combination playing quarterback, wrestler and quarterback?
Griffith nailed by Tovar, 58. The sophomore from Elyria, Ohio.
Tovar, they're on a blitz. Bill Young, defensive coordinator, sending Tovar, sending Johnson, number 30, and one of the defensive backs, I think that's Pell or Pellini, all out blitz on third and short yardage.
Into a brisk wind, Doug Higgins. Probably going to be 44 yards, but the officials stop it for a moment. He got timeout called against who? Ohio State. Jack Arute now with an old friend, Ken Griffey.
And Keith, he just came up from the Cincinnati series against the Pirates. He was real happy about that, but you're even more happy about your younger son, Craig Griffey, playing for the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Oh, definitely. I wouldn't miss this for the world right now.
Now, we read in the papers here locally last week that there was some talk that you may even consider retirement due to the fact that you enjoy playing with Ken Jr., but you're missing a lot of time with Craig here, especially during football season. What is your decision going to be next year?
Well, I haven't made it up yet. We're going to sit down and talk about it, and we'll find out from there.
Okay, the series is tied. That league series is tied at 1-1. What's it going to be when they get over to Pittsburgh?
Well, it's going to be the Reds, I hope. You know, my heart's still with Cincinnati, and I hope they do it this week.
Played for the Seattle Mariners. Craig Griffey, his son, plays for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Keith?
There he is, right there, number 6, defensive back. They say he's going to be a good one.
Yep. Doesn't get to play a lot right now, but he is talented just like his father and his brother.
Higgins looking in here, you can see that he's fairly successful at this distance, but he's looking at the ball is going to be marked right between 43, 44. But with that wind, he's got to kick it farther than that. He's got to be, it'll go in the books at 43 yards, and he's got it on the way, and it is good. So it'll go down as a 43-yarder, and he had plenty of carry on it. And it's 14-10 and 11:20 to go in the first half. Raymond Harris and Robert Smith are the deep people now for Ohio State, and they've moved out to the 10-yard line because Forey Wells has got to be kicking into the wind. Higgins didn't just ignored the wind and drilled the field goal from 43 yards. So the flags are just really humming up on top of the stadium, but maybe not all that much down on the field. Took it at the goal line. He'll need some help to get to the 20, and he doesn't get there. That would have been one to let go. Though, let's see. Look at here. Well, I guess you just load up your coffee and put the donuts out and get the lace tablecloth and visit Twin Peaks after the Young Riders in China Beach tonight on ABC.
You ever seen that show, Keith?
Yep. That's part of it. It's done it based up in the neck of the woods where I tend to call home.
The great Northwest, huh?
Yep. Scotty Graham and Raymond Harris. Greg Fry, good to his tight end, Jeff Ellis. Second catch for Ellis in the ball game, and good for a first down at the 33.
Coming into the ball game and not throwing a lot of passes to Ellis. He's been used primarily as a blocker. First down, play action. Nobody near the tight end. The linebackers have been sucked up in play action. Primus gets a good hit, but it's 15, 20 yards downfield.
Jeff Graham is back on the field. And this is Raymond Harris, who's looking pretty good today. He's running with some authority. I've seen so many times over the last, 38 years, I guess, 35 years or whatever. The more you give a good running back the ball, the better he gets.
Yep.
I mean, this running guy's in and out, in and out, in and out. I don't know about that. Harris now has 76 yards on 15 carries. I know Houston didn't get it 25 times. It wasn't a good day. This is Raymond Harris trying to find a little crack, and all he did was run himself into a deeper hole as more white shirts gathered. Jerry Hamner and Romero Bryce finally took him down. Remember a great big old running back up at Oregon State named Bill Inyard?
Oh, yeah.
About the 45th carry, old Bill started looking pretty quick. That's Jeff Graham in motion, and Greg Fry still got it. Pass is off, pass is good. Stabline, no, bumped it. He's begging it, but they won't let him have it. He short hopped it. Ryan Stabline.
was the end of that play. The ball is thrown low. A good shot hits the ground. He was open, too. That's probably the first bad throw that Fry has thrown today.
So they lose the first down opportunity, and it puts them in a 4th down and a long 2, and Jeff Bowman is in to punt. No pressure on him. And with the wind, he just knocked it into the Cincinnati suburbs. He hit that thing 59 yards and did it almost casually. At 9:32 to go in the first half. Texas. That's where Bob Goodrich is from, right? You ever know Bob Goodrich? Yeah. Verduzco, gut pass. Rolled him out. Got him some daylight. Big old tight end. Drag it across the middle, and at 270 pounds, he's hard to miss.
One of the things that John Mackovic, the head coach, likes to do is get Verduzco outside the pocket. He calls all the plays. He likes to control the tempo of the game. Does a nice job of calling the plays.
So Hartley's second catch of the day makes it first down. Illinois at the 35. 14-10 ball game. Ohio State leading. 9:15 to play first half. Verduzco hands it to Fagan. And Steve Fagan, at 185 pounds, searches his way for some 3 yards. They continue to use Lester, Boyer, Fagan, all 3 of them at the tailback position, with Camano Bell being the relief man for Howard Griffin, who is listed as a fullback, but who in fact oftentimes is the lone back, single back. Verduzco underneath, good to Griffin. Very good after making a catch, but this time he ran out of real estate and steps out of bounds, short of the midfield stripe, but he's got just enough for the first down as the chains are moved beyond the 45. Want to hear another startling score? While you're looking at those, how about Louisiana Tech 14, Auburn 13. Pat Dobb got it. You really have a bad stomach after that. Darren Boyer and Camano Bell in the backfield for Illinois, and this is number 26, Boyer, who is kind of stocky, strong fellow at 5'10", 205. Picks up about 3 yards. Second down and 7 coming as they get it up near the midfield. In fact, it's right on midfield. It was Boyer, wasn't it, that had the big ball game in their win over Southern California a year ago? Stepped up out of nowhere and did a lot of the heavy work. They bring Hartley, the tight end, over. Tuck Finke behind him, and now put Finke, the tight end, in motion. And Verduzco back, lets it go in a hurry underneath. The pass is caught. Good. Catch made by Sean Wax. Wax is a senior from Rockford, Illinois. Kind of a lanky guy at 6'4", 180. And it's another first down.
A lot of movement in this offense. This is Finke here. He started from over here. He's going to go in motion, and he's going to spread the defense right here so Mackovic and Verduzco can hit the man right in here in this area. Steps back, splits between the 2 linebackers.
And he's got Wax wide open again. He is now 12 of 14. That's another first down. Caught that ball right in front of Tim Walton.
Thrown to 8 different receivers. Wax came into the ball game as the leading receiver with 14. Verduzco had come into the ball game 70% completion percentage.
Well, they're moving that ball this time. I mean, just chewing holes. Hand off to Griffith. The holes primarily in the secondary of Ohio State. He's closing in on the school record held by Red Grange in touchdowns scored in a career.
Just a walk-on, Griffith. He's a fifth-year senior now, but they say one of the proudest days is when he gets that diploma.
Second down and 7. Bump. Hit from behind. They call it a fumble. Lovelace, the center, covered it. I don't see how.
I don't think they called it a fumble, Keith. Did they recover it? Let's take another look.
Lovelace came back and covered it.
Okay. It's an out and up. He's pumping. Now he wants the receiver to go up. But when you do that, it takes a little bit longer. It was a fumble. Good call. Lovelace, the center, gets on it.
Greg Smith's the guy that hit him before he could get it moving forward. And the ball comes now all the way back outside the 27. And it's third down. He's got a man down the middle. And the pass is caught, and it may be a first down. It's very close. Sean Wax, who is a big principal in this possession.
See if the defensive back look. Now see if you can find the quarterback, Verduzco. He throws that ball to the inside of all the blockers. Huge gaping hole in the middle of the field. No linebackers. Wax comes to the middle of the field where the ball is. Makes a big first down. Or is it? It's close.
Well, they're going to measure it.
Take another look at this distribution for Illinois coming in. And today. Say they're throwing a little bit more to the tight ends today than they have.
Just that much, sure.
Yeah.
Good time to go, isn't it? Wax in this drive, I mentioned Sean. He's caught 3 passes for 13, 19, and 19. I would say that's earning your ticket to the supper table.
And Ohio State, until today, had been pretty good against the pass. In fact, they led the Big Ten in pass defense. You figure Griffith.
Yep. Mistake. No. Yep. Won't get there. Never got a chance. Tried to run a slant. First hit by Tom Lease, number 81.
Watch the linebackers. 81 is Lease. 58 is Tovar. Both of them are blitzing, and Lease gets right up in there, makes the initial hit, and then all of his friends come to make the tackle.
So the Buckeyes hold, and a big lift for them at 6:01 to go first half. A lot of that reflected in the days when Michigan and Ohio State were the Big Two, huh?
For sure.
All right, the Buckeyes with a jack 'em up goal line stand down here. Stops the Illini. Give that ball to Raymond Harris. And this time, Mo Gardner gets his name called. The big guy finally found some daylight and made a tackle. They have been handling him.
Yes, they have. Let's go back to that 4th down play. Illinois. There you see Lease, number 81. Huge gaping hole. 73 is Cam Pepper, the right guard, who was pulling to try and get over there. Situations like that, Keith, he looks like he's going straight ahead, put a hat on everybody.
Oh, it needed 6 inches,
yeah.
8 inches. Passes away. Pass is intercepted by number 18, Henry Jones, intended for Bobby Ellis. I mean, Henry Jones covered him like a blanket.
Well, Jones was one of their all-Big Ten performers last year. Has 5 interceptions coming in his career. Play action pass. You got the wind with you. You're not throwing the ball deep all day long. Really couldn't follow through like he wanted to. Here you see a look at Jones seeing the ball the entire way. Interception for Illinois.
That particular circumstance there is the classic example of how quarterbacks break thumbs, isn't it?
No question. You follow through and you hit the opponent's helmet with a thumb and you really shatter it or dislocate it.
All right, the Illini with a turnover. Second one, and the pass is zipped down and caught. Foster Falk trying to cover Wax, and Falk has given up about 5 or 6 inches, and Wax, with that quickness, is chewing him up pretty good.
Well, I'm impressed with Verduzco, Keith. He's just sitting back there far and away like, who is Jeff George? And, you know, nobody's thinking about him at all. I mean, this kid is really playing well.
That's what he said the other day in a news conference.
Yeah,
got him
like
walked
that,
out. Got him walked out.
He's a competitor.
This is Boyer. 3 yards. Ball is again on the Ohio State side of the field. The Buckeye defense has been out on that field virtually all of the second quarter. The Wolverines. Penn State, you notice, is listed. They are in the process of becoming a member of the Big Ten Conference. Rolls out, throws, intercepted. Threw it right into the hands of Mark Pelini. Chasing him, but there was a rollout play anyway, so the pounding hooves of Stovar may have been part of that story.
Here's Pelini right here as he's going to try and get the ball to the receiver in this area. The motion, he goes straight up the field. No question that Tovar, being in his face, caused him to misthrow that football. There's Tovar, 58, the linebacker. He sees him roll out, he's going to blitz him. Put pressure on him. The ball sails to the outside.
And the Buckeyes take over from the 29. This is Robert Smith. The long gliding strides. Primus brings him down for Illinois, but the youngster has a first down at the 40.
John Cooper's got to be pleased with his offensive line. He lost 4 starters in that offensive line last year. 3 of them were drafted in the NFL. Of course, John Makovic is wondering what's wrong with his defense.
They're just handling the guys inside. This is the up man, Scotty Graham. He doesn't get much out of that one. At halftime on the Prudential Report, we'll give you scores, and Roger will have you the full story of that huge upset in South Bend today. Beth Ruach tells the story of Kevin Singleton, the Arizona linebacker, and our Prudential Play of the Week. I was watching some of those things the other day. You know, over the years, we've seen some pretty good football games. Second down and 9. Little delay to the deep man, Robert Smith. Sort of drags and then zips into the pack. And the Illini take him down just short of the 45-yard line.
Well, we talked about Mo Gardner and the matchup that he's going to be confronted with Dan Beatty, the outstanding center for Ohio State. He's got 3 tackles so far. He's got 2 of them in the last series.
At 2.5 minutes to play in the first half, Buckeyes have the ball, leading 14-10. They have the wind at their back. It is 3rd down and 5. Brett Fry has time, down the middle. Good. Olive had to look back into a very bright sun, but he got it anyway. was thrown a little bit behind him, and the Buckeyes have a first down at the Illinois 36.
That's a good point, Keith. The sun was shining right at him, and he had to throw it around the linebacker that was dropping back. But that's a big play and a key first down for Ohio State.
Raymond Harris got a block on the corner. He got a good block on the corner from Jeff Graham, number 84, who's has a partially separated shoulder, but he stuck his helmet right in there and took his man down. Gain of about 5 for Harris. Clock shows a minute and a half. Ohio State has 1 timeout remaining. Number 96, Mel Agee, was blocked, but he is 6'5", he weighs 295, and he stuck out a big old arm and got a piece of his foot as he went by and knocked him off balance. I mean, the Ohio State guy was sitting on it, and he still got a piece of it.
Ohio State has dominated on the ground, 151 yards to 17.
But it was good for a first down for the Buckeyes. So they're inside the 25 and threatening now, leading 14 to 10. The pass to the corner. No! He was out of bounds. Stay blind. Bryant, sophomore from Erie, Pennsylvania, couldn't reel it in. 52 seconds to play in the first half.
It's a good call, though, Keith. You just pick up a first down. You're driving. You're moving down. Play action. Execution was there. Here's what Ohio State does when they throw the football. Heavy for the wide receiver. Reverse.
Reverse with Graham. Blocking is good. To stop the clock inside the 10-yard line. 45 seconds to go in the first half. Ball is just inside the 8. First and goal, Buckeyes.
This offense is playing a heck of a lot better than the one we saw last week against Southern Cal.
Of course, Southern Cal might have had something to do with it.
Well, that's true, but this defense here is pretty good also.
Not bad. It was heralded as one of the best in the country starting the season. Fry wants to throw, goes to the corner. No. Olive, the intended receiver, and Jones covering, and Jones got a piece of it. And that is a tough, tough place to try to catch a ball because, I mean, you are looking dead into the sun in that position. Well, you're looking right back into it. It's really bright. Raymond Harris sets it up in front of the goal post at 34 seconds, and Greg Fry calls timeout. And Ohio State obviously has in mind field goal.
Tonight, baby makes 3.
Surprise.
You got no claim to stake here.
Yes,
But which dad is the right one?
Who said it was yours?
It's China Beach. Then, have you seen this man?
Is this the man that hurt you?
Audrey Horne is missing.
Tonight, Twin Peaks.
Squad out keeping the field in full repair. They have now moved the ball into the position in front of the goal post. They will now have an opportunity to throw the ball once, if not twice. They have no more timeouts remaining, so you kind of need to put it where your kicker likes it best, and that's what they've done.
Who'd you say was out there on the field working on the grass?
Captain Divot in the Sob Squad. I don't know who it is. Fitz. That's Tim Williams. He had a 46-yarder last week into the win. Look at that. Missouri's getting pesky, right? That's, who is it? Bob Stahl, isn't it? Changing things around in Columbia. 34 seconds now. I think it's got to be passed. Got a man. He's out of the end zone. The pass was too high. Jeff Graham was open. Well, I shouldn't say that now because there was an Illinois man between Graham and the quarterback.
Yeah, he had to throw it high. You're right.
Yep.
Primus was between them. Top right of your screen, that's Graham. He's going to get into the back of the end zone.
Now he's open right there.
Well, Primus is between he and the quarterback, though, so he has to throw it high.
Yep. He's pretty agile for a guy with a partially separated shoulder, isn't he? All right, Tim Williams is in at 29 seconds on 4th down. The 22-yarder is on its way. Good. So Ohio State builds its lead back to 7.
While the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign is celebrating a football centennial, the U of I has an even longer tradition of excellence in teaching, research, and public service. For example, the campus is the birthplace of computerized teaching. More than 30 years ago, U of I researchers developed the first computerized teaching system. Computers can now be found in classrooms around the world. The University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign.
All right, the Buckeyes will kick off. If Illinois should get a good run out of this and get back in field position, keep in mind they have 2 timeouts remaining. Verduzco is 14 out of 17 for 159 yards. Fagan and Lynch. Their numbers are 44 and 28, right to left. And Berger will kick it off. Scribbit down there. That gives him a chance to get a little bit better control, but Lynch almost had a crack to shut the door on him and stop him at the 28. One of the pains of life passing is that along the way you lose colleagues and friends. We lost one at ABC. A gentleman who started with us March of 1950. We lost him in his sleep peacefully. 62-year-old Bill Sandruder passed away. Our condolences to the family, all of his friends. He was a good one. Out of the shotgun. Pretty good coverage by the Buckeyes. Ball is thrown out of bounds, knocked down by Lance Price. So Jason Verduzco literally didn't have any choices.
No, and the thing he does not want to do is make a big mistake here with only seconds left in the half.
Because the clock would stop on possession, and with the wind at his back, Williams could hit you from 50.
Verduzco has been outstanding in the first half. He has the 1 interception. But he has been the real story for the Illini.
They'll run out the clock with Lester. Pretty good lick. Halftime is over. Ohio State, the underdog, has the lead over favorite Illinois, 17-10.
ABC's College Football, brought to you by Today Chevrolet, who invites you to see why more people are winning with the heartbeat of America. And by GMAC, helping America put GM quality on the road. We'll return after these messages.
Celebrating.
Now a moment back in Columbus for the Ohio State Marching Band as the Buckeyes lead the Illini on the football field. Dr. John Woods directing. William Doherty wrote this song and gave it to the university. It produces funds for the music school back when they called it the best damn band in the land. Here they are, fight the team across the field. Well, what is the story of the ball game, Bob Greasy? Is it the fact that the Ohio State offensive front is just kicking the daylights out of the Illinois defense?
I think both ways. I think Ohio State has controlled the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. Certainly their offensive line has, and also defensively they stuffed Keith Griffith. He hasn't gotten much yardage at all. I mean, Howard Griffiths. Take a look here. Mo Gardner, number 95. This shows you the dominance of the offensive line for Ohio State. They're just controlling the offensive line. Illinois came in defensively. That was the dominant power, but Ohio State really got it.
Gardner senses and he twists and he turns, and they're just blocking him right with his turn and taking him out. But here's another play where Tovar gets involved and spoils a pass play, resulting in an interception.
It's the other side of the ball. Ohio State defensively. Verduzco rolls out. The linebacker, 58 Tovar, sees they're going to put some pressure on him, and because of that pressure, he throws an errant pass that's picked off by Pelini.
Most of the passes that he had completed had been ropes. I mean, he had drilled the ball.
Oh, there's no question that he has played very well in the first half. He has to play well because their running game is only 22 yards in the first half. Whew.
That won't get you very far.
No, it won't.
Well, Ohio State is the story right now, and as they opened the Big Ten play, Michigan State was defeated today by Iowa up at East Lansing. So now the winner of this ball game probably is going to be considered the primary challenger to the Michigan Wolverines. Long time to go, though. 17-10 along the Olentangy. We're getting ready for the second half. Well, now, the great nephew of the first Heisman Trophy winner, Jay Bergwinger, John Berger, is about to kick the ball off for Ohio State to Illinois' Steve Fagan and Clinton Lynch. Here is Berger's kick. It is very short and, in a phrase, quite poor. Taken at the 24 and brought back to the 28 by David Hill. So that's where the Fighting Illini, trailing in the ball game by 7 points, 17-10, will start.
Illinois offensively, Verduzco had a great first half. Not much rushing. The receptions was Wax with 5, and they throw the ball around, as we already stated. Tovar leads defensively for Ohio State. Pelini has 6 and an interception.
Griffith, single back set for Illinois. I expect we'll see more of this in the second half. Spellman, number 99, making the first hit on him.
The first half, Illinois, their first possession was on about the 28-yard line. They took that in for a score. They haven't scored a touchdown since. Continued to be impressed with Ohio State defensively. It's so important, Keith, the first possession in the second half to see who comes out and makes the best adjustment at halftime.
They got Lester back in the ball game now. Verduzco back to throw it, throws underneath to Lester. Lester will go down at the 35-yard line. That leaves him 3 yards short of the first down. Here's Jackaroo.
Keith, no real big surprises coming out of either locker room. Coach John Makovic, understandably, he told us at the end of the halftime, said, the defense has got to close down the running game of Ohio State and eliminate their own offensive mistakes. Now, John Cooper, on the other hand, said, we're not having any problems with our offense. We may go to a few more nickel situations on second downs defensively. That's it.
Right, third down 3. We got 4 wideouts. Verduzco's pass is good to Bell. Camino Bell, a junior from Chicago, gets the first down for Illinois. Mark it at the 42-yard line.
In the first half, the thing that jumps out at you is rushing yards for Illinois. Only 22 yards. They've had all of their total yardage, almost all of it, 159 yards through the air.
9 different receivers now for Verduzco, so he's spreading the joy. First down, 42. Griffith. He ran right through the attempted tackle of 91, Jason Simmons. Ran right through his arm.
Griffith showed some pretty good flexibility over there on the sideline, jumping over the bench.
Second down, call it 3.
Here's a look what Illinois has done. They have not started out very good in the first quarter, but in the final 3 quarters, they have played dominant football, and they're going to have to today because they have been outplayed in the first half by Ohio State.
Ball is on the Illinois 49. Griffith won't get it. That was quite a move he put on Spellman. Cook brought him down. Alonzo is in there, and Alonzo's saying, I got it. Wrong.
Alonzo is too big and too tall. His arms are really long. He's got an arm span of like 7'3" size 18 shoe. Just a big man. He goes about 6'6" and 265. But the thing that really notices is that his arm span.
Third down, a yard and a half. And this time, I don't know. Griffith trying to lunge for it. Tovar trying to deny him. Had the tackle around the shoulders. It looks, however, like the spot may be favorable for Illinois. After last week, looking through legs, trying to outguess the chain, I'm going to wait. Half a ball.
John Mackovic has had a nice conversation with his quarterback, Verduzco, during that measurement.
6 out of 7 times, and Illinois possession has moved into Ohio State side of the field. It's resting now first down at the Buckeye 48-yard line with Bell and Boyer in the backfield. Verduzco short underneath. Pass is good to Bell out of the backfield. They're just taking what's being given them.
Well, really, the offense that Mackovic employs at Illinois is a ball control, a pass control offense. They throw the ball. If it's second and long, he's going to pick up 7 or 8 of that. He doesn't want any third and long situations. He likes to make first downs, keep the ball, keep it moving. In fact, last year in the Big Ten, offensively and defensively, they were best on third downs.
Second and 5.5. Griffith back in. He's got it. And he is taken down by Derek Foster, a sophomore from Dayton, Ohio. So it'll be third down, close to 3. What do you reckon the problem is up at Cleveland? They got Kosar running for his life.
I think they've had too many people hurt in their offensive line, Keith. If they can get that problem solved, there's nothing wrong with Bernie. He can play. They just need some help.
And he'll be huffing and puffing out in the high mountain country on ABC's Monday Night Football from Denver, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, and Howard Griffith is on the dead run. Much of that done by Howard himself. Once they got him past the line of scrimmage, Vinnie Clark drags him down. The feet movement of Howard Griffith is really exceptional. Watch his feet.
Here's another look at it. There's a little bit hole there early. It closes up, and then he keeps moving. Lovelace, number 54, had a great block on Johnson. This is the first time that Griffith has broken loose today. Here's a look at Tovar, the inside linebacker we were talking about.
Put him up now with Bell and Lester behind Verduzco. Gonna throw it into the end zone. Out of the end zone, it is incomplete. Sean Wax was up in the air over Vinnie Clark. He comes down on the running track, and that's not altogether pleasant, but it's hard.
Wax is 6'4". They're always trying to get that alley-oop pass to Wax because of his size. Pass is poorly thrown. He throws it too far to the outside, and he hits his right arm, with his right elbow on that track.
Griffith back in. He had 6 yards in the first half. In this possession, he has 43. Second down. Cuts through the middle. Touchdown. Good run by Griffith, and again, I'd say to you, when you're watching him run, watch his feet. He's as good as anybody I can remember since O.J. at picking his way and changing direction.
And a good block by Simpson. Number 69 as Simpson pulls across the formation. Good blocking up front. Just runs right through Pelini for the extra yards.
Well, they'll try to tie it here with Higgins. Got it. 9:59 to go, third quarter. Griffith got 55 yards in that drive. Griffith's 10th touchdown this year.
Watch number 69. That's Simpson going to pull and trap. Griffith tucks in right behind him. That's Spellman that Simpson is blocking out on. And the good footwork gets him around some of that trash on the inside. Now you lower your head and just go for the goal line. Showed a little bit of power at the end and a little bit of footwork early on.
All even at 17. Second time the game has been tied. Dante Lee is in the ball game. Fresh legs, 4-yard line. Tailback, here it comes. Up the middle. Oh, my goodness. One man, and he might have still been running. Lee gives him good field position out of the 32 and almost broke it. And we break away for a second for Roger.
Thank you very much, Keith. 2 seconds left. Final play of the game. Charles Johnson in for the injured Darian Hagan. Does he get into the end zone against Missouri? The officials say yes. But they're still on the field talking about it. It's 33-31. It's not a... Let's go back to Hugh Jackson.
First down for Ohio State. Robert Smith is the tailback. And Smith will move it up to the 38-yard line. That's a pretty good pickup of 6 yards or so. Bobby Olive on that play. Robert Smith opened the ball game with one of those dreadful mistakes, a fumble, which gave Illinois scoring position, and they stuck it in the end zone for the early lead. But he came back and he's held onto the ball and scored Ohio State's first touchdown. So he's been used a little less, obviously, in this ball game than last week, and is performing a little better. Bounces this one outside and gets up to the 45-yard line. Julian Brown brings him down. We saw Dante Lee somewhat last week in the fourth quarter. He had returned that last kickoff.
Fry was 6 of 12 in the first half. The story with the two runners, Harris with 95 and Smith with 40. The receptions were spread around. Defensively for Illinois, Brownlow led them, but Primus, the free safety, had 10, and anytime your free safety's making that many tackles, you know you got problems up front.
From the 45, it's a first down for the Buckeyes. Fry, a little quick drop, wanted to get it away quickly, does to Jeff Graham, and Graham, remember, playing with a sore shoulder. He is out of bounds right around the 45-yard line of Illinois. May have a first down.
In the first half, that fumble that Ohio State on the first possession, and they scored on the next two. A field goal on their last possession.
They're just short. Graham comes way wide now to the bottom of the picture. You won't even see it. Second down and very short, so they may let one go here. It's into the wind.
He's checking off, does a lot of this.
Caught by Brian Stadline. First down. Ohio State, Illinois, 22-yard line. 27-yard line.
action. Watch the linebackers as they bite, and they're getting caught up in the play. 16, there is Primus. Good play action. Now, Stabilite coming from the right side, runs right by Primus at the bottom of your screen.
27.
Good offensive play.
Buckeyes trying to answer. This is Scotty Graham.
35.
3-yard pickup for the fullback. We're tied at 17. Big upset, big story of the day. Stanford beating Notre Dame at South Bend. Michigan won big over Wisconsin. Auburn with a final second field goal to beat Louisiana Tech. Oklahoma winning again. Smith and Harris in the backfield now. Second down, 7. Greg Fry looking for the corner. Doesn't go there. Goes instead to the short man, Harris. I got to believe that he had the corner play in mind because he had a man flying down there. Did not let it go.
Little misdirection. Here's Harris here, but everybody's going to pull this way. Even the back's coming this way, and he's going to slide the other way and make the reception. This is the first pass that Fry has thrown to a running back today.
It's third down. They need 3. Not a good pass. But considering everything, once he let it go, it's probably a good thing it did sail away because it might well have been intercepted. But I think it was a bad choice of receiver.
Well, there was nobody open. I mean, sometimes you call these plays thinking one defense, and they were obviously in another. But the key is getting some points off of your opening drive in the second half.
So Tim Williams will tee it up from 37 yards and see about it out of Herb Street Hole. Good. 7:48 to go, third quarter. 20-17, Ohio State. Big campus. You know they only paid $35,000 for the land on which sits Ohio State University way back when. A lot of land, a lot of folks live here. Goodyear Blimp America, piloted by Captain Mark Kynett from the Woodlands, Texas. 52,500 and something students.
That's a whole city.
Fagan and Lynch are deep. Berger to kick it off for the Buckeyes. Ohio State back to the lead, 20-17. Into the wind. Wind will knock it down. And it goes out of bounds. 5 yards, they'll do it again.
You might think it's kind of strange to see a guy kicking off and just taking a step and a half when you can take a full run at it. Going over to the sideline. There's a look at Tim Harkness. He is the wide receiver and tight end coach for the Illini. It's his 4th year as an assistant. He has a master's degree in business information systems, and from 1977 to 84 he worked at the Kennedy Space Center as a systems software programmer and analyst for the space shuttle. Decided he wanted to get into coaching and served 2 seasons at Alabama under Ray Perkins and then came over to Illinois. So young man, well educated, is teaching the X's and O's.
Only pass this way once. Might as well try to do what you want to. Right?
What you want to do. Harkness going to take a little bit longer run at this one.
Scribs it down the middle, gets it bouncing. Bounces nicely for Quentin Lynch. And he bounces back to the 32-yard line. The Honda Scholar Athlete of the Week brought to you by American Honda, proud to support amateur athletics. This week, Bud Bowie, a junior offensive guard, University of Oregon. Honda presenting a check for $2,000 to the General Scholarship Fund of the University of Oregon in Eugene. Bud's major, biology, grade point 364, home Central Point, Oregon. I've been there.
15-yard return, ball for 42.
All right, Let's see where Howard Griffith plays in this particular possession. The last drive, Illinois went down the field and scored 72 yards. He had 55 of the 72. This time, Verduzco keeps it. Throws it as far as he can, and he's got Wax out there wide open. And he is dragged down by Pelini. Down inside the 15-yard line.
First down, play action. Wax, you see his height there. He's 6'4". He's got time to run that route, that long route, because of the play action in the backfield on first down. And Verduzco puts it right on target. Tell you a lot, the Illini have come out in the second half and have really moved the ball.
Nobody came back to help either. Pelini had to come from the free safety spot. He had no help. Wax is a tough guy when you got no help to that size. This is Griffith. Look out. Down inside the 10 to the 9. Tim Walden had an early chance at him, but couldn't handle it. No way Walden at 185 pounds is going to handle Griffith unless he can get a helmet right on him.
Take a look at it from ground level. That's Pepper 73 and Laster, the right tackle, 72, with pretty good blocks. Breaks the tackle there.
That's Walden, 18. He ran right through it.
Yep.
Boyer is the deep man. Here's that little flip coming around. It's number 8, Albert Turner. And the speedster at 165 pounds is taken down by Walden.
Turner
Company.
Turner is 6 feet, Keith, and 165 pounds. As you said, he's kind of frail. In fact, was the Big Ten hurdles champion last year. This was his first year playing at Illinois. 2 years ago as a freshman, he was a prop 48 and had to sit out. And last year, sophomore season, was suspended. So has a lot of speed and can run, as we've seen here today.
I was watching Tim Walden get up. You know who was on top of him? Brad Hopkins, all 300 and something pounds. That's Finke in motion. They scored on this play earlier. Instead, this time, they take it up the pipe with Griffith, and he is stopped at the 1, and it'll be first and goal, Illinois. So the Illini now bidding to take the lead in the ball game. It's the first time since back in the first quarter.
I don't see anything that Illinois is doing any differently to Cooper's Buckeyes. It's just that they're out here making the blocks and running a little bit harder.
Just doing it better.
Yeah.
Huh? Lester, touchdown, Illinois, penalty flag on the field. Might be an offside. No, it isn't either. Take away the touchdown.
Yeah.
Take it away. Bring it back 5. Somebody started too soon. Either that or lined up wrong.
An illegal motion on the offense.
Motion. That's a lack of concentration.
Yes, it is, and it's a critical play. I mean, it's nothing big if you get back in the end zone, but if you don't get back in, look at the tight end on this side, number 82 is Hartley.
87.
Yeah.
87, that's Finke.
Finke's moving, but 82 Hartley in a 3-point stance.
I see
there.
what,
Moved
yeah.
also.
That put 2 men in motion.
Yeah, that's right.
This reads pass. Verduzco trying to go to the tight end, Finke. He had stopped short of the goal line, and only he knows why. Jim Peel, number 46, defending on him. Jimmy's kind of gimpy.
Peel is the second leading, as a strong safety, the second leading tackler for the Buckeyes. Was a quarterback in high school, is going to have to come off.
inside the 2.
So it should be 3rd and about 2.
There you go,
Give it
Keith.
to him again.
There's Griffith's father telling you it's 3rd and 2.
Give it to him, 3rd and 1.
I don't know why they got down there and they started fiddling around and running sideways again. Could have just given him the ball and letting him go. Verduzco is going to take a timeout. Griffith is hurt. Either that or sick. Howard does not look well right now. So while the trainer's looking at him, Jack Arut's looking at his daddy.
Keith, when Howard Griffith set that record-setting pace 2 weeks ago with all those touchdowns, the game ball was awarded to Howard. But this man, Huey Griffith, finally got the game ball. Your son gave it to you. What did he say when he gave you that game ball?
I was just so overwhelmed, I could say nothing but thanks. Thank you, son, for giving me this honor, particularly on Dad's Day. It was the greatest honor I'd ever had in that kind of event.
Any concerns that you saw your son go down in that last play? We'll have to check on his condition, but you really follow this game real tight. What are you going through your mind right now as you watch him on the field there?
As I watch him right now, I'm saying now we is 3rd and 1, and we need to score. We need it badly. It's Howard G time, HG time. Let's go. Give it to Howard.
You know,
Howard over the top.
You know, like they say, Keith, it seems like every father wants to be a coach. But one thing I wanted to tell you is when Howard Griffith mentioned that he may skip his senior year to enter the NFL draft, his father took a baseball bat after him.
Well, I'm not so sure that I blame him, but Howard right now is on the bench. They're looking at the neck. It may be a pinched nerve. Looks like it's a kind of injury that sometimes is handled that way. We'll find out in a minute. Meantime, the ball goes to Verduzco. He lobs it into the end zone, and it's touchdown. David Olson caught it. That's the 10th different receiver to catch a ball today for Illinois, and young David Olson, a redshirt freshman from Freeport, Illinois, is a happy man.
Olson was on the end of the line there. This may be his first catch of his career at Illinois, and it's a big one. Good call by Makovic. He throws when you expect run, and he runs when you expect throw.
That's his first touchdown, his second catch for young Olson. The kick is good by Higgins. So at 4:41 to go in the third quarter, the Illini have gone to the lead for the second time today, 24-20. Well, did you know that Red Grange last game at Illinois was a 14-9 victory right here in this old stadium back in 1925? Red Grange from Wheaton, Illinois. Jeff Kinney, who is the backup quarterback at Illinois, is also from Wheaton. Here's Howard Griffith now with ice on his neck, and Jack with a report.
Keith, we checked with the physician here for the Illinois football team, and they said that he's got a slight sprain of his neck. They're going to ice it down. They have not, and I repeat, have not determined whether they will clear him to go back and play. They're going to see what the effect on the ice, what kind of effect it has on him. Then they'll let us know.
All right, Dante Lee at the 14-yard line just wheels it up the field. I mean, it's oftentimes better just to run north and south than stop dancing around, and that's what Dante did to the 27. Now then, let's go to Roger.
Thank you very much, Keith. We told you about that Colorado-Missouri game, the controversial ending, and there are some sad fans in Columbia, Missouri right now. Colorado wins it 33-31, but a controversial ending. This is 4th down. The yardage marker says 3rd down, so Charles Johnson threw the ball down to stop the clock. They got a 5th play. Johnson took it in for the touchdown. The officials huddled. We called the press box at Missouri. Yes, indeed, 5 plays were run, but Colorado stands a 33-31 win over Missouri. Back to you, Keith.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. If I was the Missouri coach, I'd beat somebody's doorknobs tonight.
You think they won't be talking about that game in Missouri?
How blatantly unfair is that?
For the next 40 or 50 years?
They may invade.
Where does Ohio State like to run the football? Well, today they're running it up the middle. That's between the tackles from one side to the other, and that's been their history.
Second down and 6. Raymond Harris, number 20, grabs him by the coattail. Quentin Parker, and brings him down. They're looking at the change to see whether or not he got his first. Well, they want 12 seconds put back on the clock. I think that's what he said. I can't hear it over all the noise. Harris is now at 100 yards on 21 carries. And I did give you all of the officials, UCLA and Arizona, and a pretty good one at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. Told you John Nealon was the referee. Frank Stroch is the umpire. Linesman is Ed Peters. Line judge Tom Hoffman. Field judge Tom Bryan. Aside judge Wilson Jackson. And Ken Baker is the back judge. Bring your chains on now to see whether or not he's got his first down.
There's a look at John Mackovic in his 3rd year as head coach at Illinois. His first 2 years, he did something no other coach in Big Ten history has done, and that is win the Coach of the Year award. 18-8-1 in his 3 years, and he's 12-3-1 against other Big Ten schools.
On first down, Robert Smith and Raymond Harris in the backfield, and Greg Fry lets it fly. Good midfield. Catch Jeff Graham. For Graham's caught a lot today. That's 4 catches for him, and he's playing with a very sore shoulder.
Well, he is the #1 guy they need to go to, and it's interesting to note that, take a look at the protection, 95, the little twist of the defensive line. The guy they want to go to is Jeff Graham, number 84.
Scotty Graham is in at fullback now, 35. You see Mo Gardner, number 95, there in the middle, bouncing around. He went from one side of the center to the other, but Beatty picks him up and rides him right out of the play. Never had a hand on the play at all. Sean Streeter and Derek Brownlow made the defensive stop. And Robert Smith is saying, help.
There's a look at Beatty, the center. Gardner, that's the life of a nose tackle when you're that good, always being double teamed. 59 is Smith, consensus All-American.
Derek Brownlow now has 12 tackles in today's ball game. It is Raymond Harris lined up behind Scotty Graham now. Greg Fry throws to the sidelines. Jeff Ellis makes the catch and rumbles on down the road to the 33-yard line and a first down. And rumbling is a fair word.
I was just going to say.
2-6-0. Oh, Jeffrey.
It's his 3rd catch of the day. Came in with 6 receptions on the year. 3 receptions today for 58 yards.
His daddy, of course, is Jimmy Ellis, former heavyweight boxing champion.
Set out all last year with a knee injury and really needs to get a little bit lighter to be at top physical condition.
So it's first down for the Bucks at the 33 of Illinois. This is Harris. Ball came out. Illinois has got the football. Smith fumbled one. Harris fumbles one. Looked like Hamner's the man.
Brownlow is 48. He's going to take on Scotty Graham right there. Harris bounces it to the outside. I think it's Hamner. Yeah, 25. Hamner knocks the ball loose.
It goes right into the arms of Bryce. Oh. I mean, they're walking on the chalk over there. Had that ball come out. Yep. It bounced right into somebody's hands so he could catch it. So Illinois dodges a bullet, takes over first down at the 21. And Verduzco, pass good to Wax. And Sean Wax has been the man for Verduzco today, though he's thrown the ball to a lot of different people. The big plays have been to Wax.
I like the way that Mackovic is calling the plays, Keith, passing on first down, not giving this kid some tough passing situations. He never puts him in 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12, always working it down to 3rd and 2 or 3.
Incidentally, Howard Griffith was back on the field for that play, and now he leaves the field. Wax has caught 7 balls for 152 yards. That's a big day, folks.
Big day.
First down, carrying is Sean Fagan. Now he's wheeling and dealing as he crosses midfield and goes to the Ohio State 47.
The running game for Illinois has found themselves in the second half. Take a look at Simpson right here as he's going to pull around along with the tackle. The ball is going to end up to the right side. The passing game has set up the running game. Simpson is 91. He runs himself out. 79 is Hopkins. Good blocking up front.
Griffith is back in. Has the ball.
Come on, G.
A tackle by 46, Jim Peel. But the mere fact that Howard Griffith's back in, able to compete, is good news for Illinois.
So that fumble, Keith, that Harris did for Ohio State, whoever had possession in the second half had scored. Illinois now looking to make it 3 in a row in the second half.
Second down, 8. As far as he can throw it. Incomplete, intended for Albert Turner. Benny Clark defending.
First down, play action. Another good call. Roll to your left. You're going to have one-on-one deep down the field. Now your man has got to protect you from interception, which he does. Turner got up, made sure the other guy didn't catch the ball, the defensive man. Good play offensively.
Illinois 7 out of 11 on third down conversions. Very good. Done it again. That is drilled, and the man coming in from the side saying no catch. No catch. Albert Turner. Pelini defending. They'll punt. If Pelini doesn't whack him, he probably makes the catch.
Blitz situation, the linebackers are coming. That puts the defensive backs man-to-man coverage all over the field. Good call by the official. Pelini right there on the coverage.
Treatment for Turner. Now Albert runs off the field okay. Track man playing football. And he will say, no, sir. I'm a football player who runs track. Yep.
There is a difference.
Corey Wells. Oh, line drive spinner into the end zone. It'll be first down out at the 20 for the Buckeyes. 50 seconds to go. Third quarter, Illinois leads 24-20. Well, the thunder and lightning that Stanford stirred up in Indiana today makes that USC-Stanford game, for those of you in the West, just about as good as that one. Michigan State fell today to Iowa. Michigan won at Wisconsin in the conference opener. So out west, they've got a good one next week. And those of you in this part of the country will see a very big ball game. Michigan Wolverines very well could move that up to #1 with Notre Dame losing today. This is Raymond Harris, caught and thrown down by Mo Gardner, who finally found some room to roam. Well, he's a great player. You're not going to shut him out.
Finally wasn't double teamed, Keith. Right here, Gardner in the middle. Watch him as he fights and comes around the block of the center, Beatty. It's a twist. He and the defensive man were switching, looping around.
That is the first negative running play all day for Ohio State. Sideline may have made it as we finish the third quarter. 24-20. Back after this message and a word from our ABC station. A longtime member of our little group got himself married to a very pretty lady last night. Congratulations to Jack and Kendra Graham. Party was in Essex Fells, New Jersey. And Kendra, I wouldn't give him any shots. Just go out there on the golf course and whoop him.
She can do that.
He can. 3rd down and 2. And pretty good sized collision down there in the middle of the trenches as Raymond Harris tries to throw his 220 pounds across the 30-yard line. The question is, did he? And the answer is probably not. I mean, that is not a friendly spot. That is not a friendly spot, folks. I mean, old John is hot. And I'm not sure I blame him.
Looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Oh, this could be the big play of the season right here.
This is a big play right here. If they snap it.
Greg Fry, he's got to have it now.
Sometimes some teams have a deal where you go up and you don't snap the ball, you just use your cadence to try and pull them off sides.
Yep.
Cooper says, come on, let's get into this ball game. Cooper has been at Ohio State. This is his 3rd year. He was at Arizona State for 3 years and took that team to the Rose Bowl. They were 10-1, and it was the national coach of the year that year. And then came over to Ohio State.
He threw the ball with Mo Gardner having just about taken him down. So while you look at that, he threw the ball at an Ohio State man.
Take a look at Gardner, why it's so tough. Twists, turns, 2 guys on him, splits 2 of them, still gets in and makes the play. Just outstanding. He is the all-time leader in tackles for losses at the University of Illinois. He's had a tackle for loss in 17 straight games.
Romero Bryce was riding the receiver without a saddle. I mean, he really was on top of it. That could have been called interference. The ball was bounced. Obviously, there was no any way he could have had a chance to catch it. This is Raymond Harris. And number 58 runs all the way across the field. Bryce knocks him out of bounds for Illinois.
For the stats for the 3rd quarter, the total plays are about the same. First downs are the same. And the total yardage almost the same. 364 to 374. The one difference is the turnovers. Ohio State has 3, Illinois 1.
Buckeyes are now in a situation where they're looking at 3rd down and long 3. They've taken Ellis out. They put in Edwards, good receiver. They got Graham in. They've got 3 wideouts in there now. Bobby Olive's the other. Pass caught by Graham and good for the 1st down. And a Again, I say to you, that young man is playing with a partially separated shoulder.
And that may have shaken him up a little bit, Keith, because he had to go high over his head to catch that ball. It was a poorly thrown ball by Fry.
Ohio State first down.
Thrown very hard, too. All right, first half, you see what happened? As Illinois' running game was just absolutely shut down. Second half, it's come alive.
Picked up in the second half. Sean Wax has been outstanding.
Smith and Graham out of the eye for the Buckeyes on first down from the 43. Smith. That's Brownlow's play, number 48, Derek Brownlow. He just would not take the block. Goes right into it.
As a look at Brownlow, two-time All-Big Ten linebacker. He's only 5'10", but they don't ask you how big you are when you make tackles and lead the conference in tackles like he did as a sophomore. He was a captain his freshman year, the only of the special teams, the only Illinois player, freshman, ever to be captain.
Second down, 7. Agee, after Greg Fry running for his life, gets his pass away, and it is incomplete. Intended for Bobby Olive, and right up over the back was Brownlow. And the crowd is hooting because they wanted interference because Brownlow ran right over it.
Well, Greg Fry, that was a busted play from the start. Not a great scrambler or runner as Fry was fortunate that it was the huge Agee that was chasing him. Brownlow got in the chase after a while. Brownlow's nickname is Lowdown. Reminds some of the linebacker Sam Mills playing for the New Orleans Saints because of his size.
Edwards goes in motion for the Buckeyes now. Passes away, pass is caught. That's that man again, Jeff Graham. First down, Buckeyes. Primus just shakes his head.
Here's Graham, the motion man is going to get up inside of him, and he's going to come right inside and make the catch. Illinois needs to keep a guy on him, man to man, and then somebody else. Almost a collision as the man was late getting through there. I'd shadow Graham. I mean, he's the man that's making all the plays for Ohio State.
And put a spy right on him. Got to. This is Harris out of the fullback position, and he goes down to the Illinois 35, picked up 2 yards on the play. So the two wideouts, Wax for Illinois and Graham for Ohio State, have both been terrific.
I'd do the same thing to Wax if I was a defensive guy.
11.5 minutes to play in the ball game. William Houston checks in, a redshirt freshman. 245 pounds. Well, he's a load. He's in there at the fullback position. Robert Smith runs right behind him. Smith didn't even take a look. I mean, they had that play designed to go to a particular hole, and they turned around and gave the ball to Smith, and even though there was no hole, Smith went there. That's what you talk about, inexperience in the freshman running back.
It takes time. Even though you are an outstanding running back in high school, as Smith was, when you come in, you learn a whole new system, and there are things that you have to adjust to, and it takes time being a freshman to adjust to the new plays.
And Lord, it's hard on the coaches. So, here comes the blitz. They pick it up. Fry gets his pass away, and it is incomplete. Stabline was down there, and he kind of threw it between Graham and Stabline.
It was Hopkins who was on a blitz and just hit him as he released the football. Watch at the bottom of your screen. That's Hopkins, number 19. Here's another problem. Smith, number 32, doesn't stay with the blitzer. That ball is incomplete because of the error by Robert Smith, the freshman.
A 51-yard field goal try by Tim Williams from the 41-yard line. Snap was a little high. The kick is blocked. Penalty flag thrown. That ball is thrown forward. That ball is thrown forward. That ball was thrown forward back here on the 40-yard line. But there's a penalty flag back upfield. Probably got an offside. No, doesn't look like it. They're going to call it touchdown. I swear to you that one lateral is thrown forward up here about the 40-yard line.
Let's go ahead and run this telestrator. See where the block is right up the middle. There goes the flag.
All right, now watch this. 98 throws the ball forward to Quentin Parker.
It was forward.
I mean, it's clearly forward.
It was a lateral, but it was a forward lateral. That's a big play, the biggest of this ball game.
I mean, it was very clearly, I don't see how in the world they all missed it.
There.
Don't give me the coach. I told you the first time.
But it's going to stand, I guess. 30-20, Illinois.
A big turnaround there. Ohio State not converting on the third down, having to try a long field goal.
Yep.
Getting it
a
blocked.
season breaker right there. The extra point is good. So Illinois blocks the kick and then gets away with a forward lateral and get a touchdown.
When I started this company, the very first thing I did was make my employees owners. It's real simple. Owners sweat every detail. When I do business, I want to work with people who care as much as I do. That's why I rent cars from Avis.
Avis is the only major rent-a-car company owned by its employees, and they're trying harder with a 49-step quality control program to give you a well-maintained car.
Nobody works like an owner. Nobody cares like an owner.
With great service and low rates at Avis, we're trying harder than ever.
My main Yugoslavian and very sensitive Laker brother, Vlade Divac, looks a whole lot better now because he just shaved off his beard with the new Schick Slim Twin Plus with aloe.
How'd it go, Vlade?
Nema problema. Was the blade narrow enough?
Nema problema. How do you like the new aloe comfort strip? I'm no longer irritating.
Try the new Slim Twin Plus with aloe. It reaches every place on every sensitive face.
So now I'm making good like me face?
Problema, Vlade. Big problema.
From Schick.
How do some people feel about their antifreeze? Not all antifreeze is the same. Nothing beats Prestone. And that's something you might appreciate down the road.
You've heard it said before. It's not just what you say. It's how you say it. LaserJet printers from Hewlett-Packard. They'll get you noticed.
The Cleveland Browns return to Denver to take on the Broncos. It's a rematch of last season's AFC Championship game on ABC's Monday Night Football.
College could use a replay for this one because this one is really bad.
Well, here he is here. Watch him as he goes down. First of all, his knee is going to hit before he throws the ball.
Right there.
His knee is down, right? Go ahead, run it right there. All right, he pitches the ball on the 45. The ball is caught on the 42. Two officials right here on either side of it.
And the guy in the white hat's nailing the referee.
But
touchdown, Illinois. Kickoff, back to the 5-yard line for Dante Lee. And Lee doesn't get back to the 20. He's knocked down at about the 18-yard line. So fortune has turned its back on Ohio State.
Closer replay of him being down. See if his knee hits before he throws it. There it is. Ball comes out much later. But that's history now, Keith. If you're on the Ohio State side, you can say, all right, let's just go out and win the football game. We're 11 points down, and we've got 10 minutes to play.
Yep. On top of that, they had a penalty, and they had Illinois kicked off from the 40-yard line. So it was not a happy moment for the Buckeyes. 31-20 with 10 minutes and 7 seconds to play in the game. Smith and Graham in the backfield. Greg Fry's pass, good. Tommy giving up some real estate in order to get to the outside and get some help. Instead, he gave up about 6-7 yards. Aaron Shelby brought him down for Illinois.
First down, play action. Greg Fry has been outstanding as he avoids, moves around in the pocket. Now, Olive is going to try and do something special here, but the defensive backs of Illinois are just too quick.
And they're playing without one of the veterans who's hurt, Green. This is Smith. Well, he got a little daylight. And when he gets those long legs rolling outside where he's got some room, he's exciting. That's the first down.
Robert Smith, he was a sprinter in high school. In fact, won the state sprint championship. Is a long strider is right, and it wouldn't take long for him to tie this up if he got a little running room. Not tied up, but put it a lot closer.
While looking, throwing. Jeff Graham having a career day out of Henry Jones. First down, Buckeyes down at the Illinois 36. Make it 35. 7 catches, 84 yards for Graham.
Greg Fry's having an outstanding day too, Keith. He's really kept him in the ball game.
Smith. Derek Brownlow grabbing him by the ankle and taking him down. That's a gain of about 2.5, close to 3. The upset of the season so far at the very top of that page. And Miami beats Florida State. Michigan very well will be number. In fact, I think that pretty clearly shows Michigan will be number 1 when the polls come out. And they're playing Michigan State next week, and we're going to cover it for you. And Ann Arbor. Second down and 7. Drive pass, boom, down the middle. Edwards makes the catch. First down, Ohio State. Illinois 12-yard line.
Greg Fry has just been outstanding. Here's the receiver, just going to go deep down the middle. Fry's going to throw it between the 2 linebackers. He is just playing marvelously. Steps, circles right in between the 2 linebackers, gets the ball there when it's supposed to be. Fry had some tough times coming into the season. He was not playing well the first 2.5 ball games, but is on target here today.
It was high. He had both hands on it, but it was thrown very hard, I guess is a fair word.
Well, and he threw it, Fry threw it the only place he could because he had to throw it over a defender that was between him and the receiver. And there's the defensive back right there in between, so he had to throw it high. Give your man a chance to catch it. That's 16, that's Primus, that was in the way.
Second down and 10 from the Illinois 12, 7:51 to play in the game. 31-20, Illinois leading. intercepted by Julian Brown, an outside linebacker who had dropped into the short zone.
He fumbled that ball too, Keith, and Hamner got on it.
So the Buckeyes are turned away on the turnover.
That's number 60, the linebacker to the left of your screen, covering 32. That's Smith. The ball is thrown behind him to the wide receiver. Now, when you have two receivers that close, somebody's wrong. Now, watch Smith, 32, goes back and makes a smart play. Got to believe that Smith was running the wrong route.
He took 60 right into the wrong place for Ohio State. First play of the quarter for Illinois offensively. And the ball is handed off to Darren Boyer. And Boyer runs it from his 8 out to close to the 17. Pretty good sized gain on that carry. At 7:25 now to play in the ball game.
Keith, the bottom line here is that Illinois is a veteran ball club, and Ohio State, with all of its youth, both on defense and at the tailback position, have made the mistakes to turn the ball over to allow Illinois to be in the position they're in right now.
Griffith is the lone back. That's a first down. Out of 20. Martin Fellini on the tackle for Ohio State. Point is, the Illini block the field goal drive. Get away with a forward lateral for a touchdown that this may have made the mountain too high.
They would have never been trying that field goal if they would have picked up the first down.
That's right.
But the linebacker hit him when he was throwing the ball and made it incomplete.
Verduzco, little short toss underneath to Camino Bell.
Pass complete to 34, Camino Bell.
They'll be up around the 25, 24 make it. That stops your clock at 6:31. The opening of the Big Ten Conference play.
Illinois is a veteran team as you take a look at some of these scores and some information. Veteran team, they have 11 of their 22 starters are fifth-year seniors. 17 starters returned from last year's ball club, where Ohio State is young on both sides of the ball.
This is Boyer, and he's a workhorse now. When you get into a circumstance like this where you want to run clock and you've got a lead, he's a tough guy. You just keep sticking it in his belly and he keeps hammering for you.
Gerbach threw 3 touchdown passes today. Well, Indiana is 4-0, but no, the strength of their schedule so far has been a question mark.
We'll find out here in the next couple of weeks.
Next few weeks we'll find out for sure.
Illinois plays at Michigan November 10. That pass is complete beyond the marker. It'll be first down for the Illini up at the 35-yard line as Sean Wax catches one more. That'll be, I think, 8 for him today. Incidentally, that November 10 ball game, Illinois at Michigan, on the ABC schedule. Arizona has gone to the lead over the UCLA Bruins at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. 28-21.
Take a look at Verduzco now, number 10. Only 5'9", but he's the man right in the middle running things.
Big one. Vinnie Clark steps in front of. There's a penalty flag thrown back down the field. Vinnie Clark stepped in front of his number 22, Polk. Couldn't make the catch. And kept Polk from making it.
That's going to be on Vinnie Clark. He just pushed over the receiver. He's been a little bit of a temperamental kid. He's an outstanding talent, but he's had this problem throughout his career.
Personal foul against Ohio State. So now the Buckeyes, discouraged, frustrated, are unraveling a bit.
I think the key word there is frustrated, Keith. They've played well.
A dead ball, personal foul on the defense. First down.
Frustrated. Now keep it rolling. We'll see the foul. Keep it rolling if we can. Foul was after that. That was not the foul, but it was after that. A little pushing and shoving.
Todd Barry, our spotter today, back with us. Bill Monahan was here last week. You know when not to be here, Barry. You missed the storm of the decade. Four-footers going to the airport. That penalty puts the ball at the 49-yard line on the Ohio State side of the field. Make it first down, Illinois. They lead 31-20. 5:39 to play in the ball game. Howard Griffith. Two yards. So the Michigan Wolverines, who had a ball game in their hand at South Bend, and Notre Dame just simply took it right out. But today the Irish fell at home to Stanford, and Michigan has a chance to move into the top spot in the polls, as Florida State got beat by Miami. This is Camino Bell bouncing around trying to find some daylight, but there isn't any for him. A yard or so on the play. The key play of the ball game? Well, probably this one. Block of a Ohio State field goal. Picked up. Mel Agee laterals the ball. The ball goes forward. Quentin Parker races on down the field.
I remember my first weekend away. I saved for half the summer, but hey, it was my money, and it still is. Thrifty. So to get away today, I rent from Thrifty. Thrifty. At Thrifty Car Rental, a Chrysler 5th Avenue safety equipped with an airbag is just $39.95 a day. Like my grandma always said, if you know where you're going, you better know how to get there.
Thrifty. Thrifty, because it's your money.
Thrifty. Hey, Jenny, come show your granddad how to set this VCR thing.
Okay. Input the TV channel to match the station you want to record. Press store.
There are some things you just can't explain with a lot of fancy talk.
Cursor until the required is displayed. Got it? Program in the desired honor.
At the Prudential, our agents believe your life insurance policy is one of them. So when it comes to your piece of the rock, we won't let you get it until you've got it.
Wow, this cleaning's taking forever.
Oh, it's not going too well, is it? You mean you're not done yet?
We're not even close.
Some people have not yet tried Tartar Control Crest.
I can't believe this.
And some people have. That was easy, because Tartar Control Crest can help make cleanings easier.
A new world's record, eh?
After all, it is the toothpaste more dentists recommend. Highly commendable.
Great. See you later.
Tartar Control Crest. It's hard on tartar and easy on you.
Do I get a lollipop?
Timeouts remaining now. Illinois with 2 and Ohio State with 2. The ball is resting on the Ohio State 46. Wagner, Lester, and Camino Bell are your backs behind that little 5'9" quarterback named Verduzco from Antioch, California. Turns and hands it off, and the ball is fumbled forward by Lester, but stays right in front of him, and he goes down right on top of it.
Fumbles the ball forward and gets it himself. That's when you know things are going your way for the Illini. We mentioned the youth that's on the Ohio State defense. They have 5 sophomores and one redshirt freshman starting on that group. Remember a couple of years ago doing a game at Illinois, John Makovic was saying we had a young defensive group in a couple of years they're really going to be tough, and well, this is their year.
4th down, they're going to punt the ball away. And look at Ohio State. 10 people up there. They're going to turn everything loose. And, of course, Illinois doing everything short of opening the door, trying to tease them, get them to jump. And the Bucks held their ground. But they got 10 of them up there, and they're going to go.
Dead ball, delay a game on the offense. Still fourth down.
So that'll back them up 5 yards, but that's of little matter right now to Illinois. They lead 31-20, and we have an even 4 minutes to play in the football game. And Ohio State clearly now showing frustration.
Well, they need a turnover, a big play, and this is an opportunity to get one right here.
Bobby Olive is the deep man. Did they get a piece of it?
Yep, they did.
You get a piece of the ball, you can clobber the kicker, and that's what they did. They got enough of the ball, and it's all right. They really belted Wells. It looked like it was Foster Polk that came flashing in.
It was Polk, number 22, looking at it from the side. There he is. And everybody coming, and you can rough the kicker if you get the ball.
So there's no yardage on this punt.
There's Polk right there. Watch him as he comes from the left side. Man just does not take enough out of him, making a good effort.
And so Ohio State takes over just short of their own 45. 3:54 to play. Greg Fry back. Pass is off. The pass is good. Caught by Harris. And Harris has 9 yards before he goes out of bounds. Here's Jackaroo.
Keith, I'm watching along with Jimmy Ellis, the former world heavyweight champion. His son, Jeff Ellis, go 3 for 3 today. You've got to be pleased, Father.
Well, I'm pleased, you know, because he come back off of being hurt last year, so he's coming out. He's doing pretty good this year. I'm happy for him.
Quickly, Evander Holyfield, Buster Douglas, you've seen it all. You've been in the ring. Who's going to take it in a couple of weeks?
Well, it's hard to say. If Buster Douglas had stayed busy, I think he'd have won it easy, but by being inactive, it might kill him.
Keith?
Thanks, Jack. Second down, 1. Loaded up here. Tip, intercepted. Oh, my goodness. Brownlow winds up with it, but it looked like Foggy was the man that tipped it. Eric Foggy.
Take a look from the right side of your screen. Right there, he tries to get the ball away. You know, one of the problems Lou Tepper, defensive coordinator for Illinois, was saying we have not gotten the turnovers, the interceptions, like we have in the past. Well, he's come up with them today. Fry moving around. Big play by defensive lineman.
That's 5 turnovers. 5. And so Illinois gets it right back. Actually didn't lose a whole lot in that exchange, did they? And they gained 21 seconds on the clock. And this is Wagner Lester from the 43 to the 46. Timeout on the field at 3:33 to play in the game. The time remaining is 3:33. Definitely the ally now of Illinois. And Ohio State seemingly has just plain run out of luck. Second down and 7. This is Lester. And he runs for a couple of yards, and that's all. And that's all he wants to do, run the clock.
Well, the key number in this game is the 5 turnovers that Illinois has taken away, plus the 1 block field goal that they ran in for the touchdown. Illinois came into this game with only 3 takeaways on the year in 3 games. They've gotten 5 already in this one.
Griffith is back in. 3rd down. Better part of 5. They run it. Look at that. Griffith goes for a first down to the Ohio State 45-yard line. He just simply picked up his feet and went over the stack and went on down the road, didn't he?
When you look at the Big Ten this year, Keith, obviously you look at Michigan, who will probably be ranked #1, as we mentioned. But Illinois has always been right there. Ohio State and Michigan State were the other two that you looked at. They both are going to lose today if this game holds up the way it is. Iowa may be the surprise, and of course Indiana is undefeated.
Griffith now 22 carries in the ball game for 92 yards. Here he goes again. And whistle.
Carry. Flag on the play.
Linesman threw the flag and blew the first whistle. And it happened before the snap. Motion against the Illini. Nebraska at one time led 3-2 in that ball game. They're going to be arguing for years about what happened in Columbia, Missouri today too. And they're going to be arguing right here over that forward lateral that resulted in the last touchdown for Illinois. That is, Ohio State's going to be arguing. That's the surprise today in the Big Ten. And Arizona beats UCLA. So that takes care of the Bruins' undefeated record in the conference, and Oregon winning big again today. First down, 15. Never got started. Lost his footing a little bit. Goes down back at the 44-yard line, and there's a timeout on the field. 1:57 to play in the game. All right, 31-20. Ball is now back at the Illinois 44-yard line. Illinois leading Ohio State 31-20. And the time remaining is under 2 minutes. When it's snapped, the clock will roll at 1:57. Camino Bell and Wagner Lester are in the Illinois backfield. It is second down and 20. This is Lester. And not much, maybe a yard. So the big moment in this ball game, as far as both teams are concerned, and it's one that'll haunt Ohio State forever today. Hamner blocked Williams' long field goal try after Ohio State had failed to convert on 3rd and short. Ball rattled around, picked up by Poloski. Big tackle. He ran down the field, lateraled it, seemingly having been down. He lateraled it forward where Quentin Parker caught it and scored. And that made it 31-20. That's where we are right now.
Illinois was ahead at the time, 24-20, and may well have gone on to win, but that certainly closed the door on the whole ball game.
Ohio State now with no more timeout. They can't call time anymore. Here's the play we just described.
Ball is going to be blocked somewhere up the middle. Poloski picks it up. Is going to be falling down. His knee touches before he laterals it. That's Parker, number 20, that catches it and takes it in. Big play.
They finally kick it on 4th down and knock it out of bounds. Everything going just right now for the Illini, and it's out of bounds at the Ohio State 14-yard line.
This is a big win for Illinois, Keith, coming over here to Columbus on the road. Anytime you win Big Ten on the road. Where's that Michigan-Illinois game? That's up in Ann Arbor, isn't it? That game is in Ann Arbor, so
35-yard march.
Illinois, to win the title, is going to have to go through Columbus and also through Ann Arbor.
Now the Buckeyes will have a couple of snaps possibly on 1st down. Ryback lets it go, and Graham can't catch it. The ball is intercepted. That's 6 turnovers. It's Marlon Primus running out of bounds, stopping your clock at 15 seconds, and now all Illinois leads is one more snap of the ball down at the 21-yard line. There's a penalty flag down in the end zone. So here's what happened today to your top 10 teams. The big stories there at the top is Stanford comes from behind to win at South Bend. Miami was in front all the way against Florida State. Michigan led all the way against Wisconsin. Virginia was idle.
Top 2 lose. Michigan stands to move to 1. Virginia may be number 2.
Auburn had to get a field goal very, very late in the ball game. Tennessee didn't play. Oklahoma won handily. Nebraska finally got going, and LSU, Florida played tonight.
Ball, unsportsmanlike on Illinois. It'll be 1st and 25.
All they need is one more snap of the ball. With 15 seconds remaining, Ohio State with no more timeouts, so they'll be unable to stop the clock. Jeff Kinney is going to come in and get a snap here. Yep, his daddy was named Jeff Kinney, played at Nebraska and with the Kansas City Chiefs. He's also from Wheaton, Illinois. And that'll do it. Now it's just a matter of 10 seconds ticking off as Clinton Lynch runs it into the line. John Cooper starts the painful walk across the field to shake the hands of the winner, John Mackovic. Illinois 31, Ohio State 20. And the game is over. The most valuable players in the ball game for Illinois: Jason Verduzco, 22 of 31, 258 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ohio State, Jeff Graham, 7 catches, 85 yards. Chevrolet donating $1,000 to each school's general scholarship fund for outstanding students and their academic achievements with financial need. And so, week 1 of the Big Ten is done. Illinois beats Ohio State 31-20.
Monday night, the Cleveland Browns head to Denver to take on John Elway and the Broncos. It's the AFC Championship rematch on ABC's Monday Night Football. ABC's College Football has been brought to you by Honda, maker of fine quality automobiles. Test drive a Honda at your local dealer today. By Radio Shack, America's technology store. Nobody compares. By Thrifty Car Rental, because it's your money. And by UPS, for guaranteed overnight delivery from coast to coast. UPS runs the tightest ship in the shipping business. This has been a presentation of ABC Sports, recognized around the world as the leader in sports television.
A promotional fee has been paid to ABC by United Airlines, rededicated to giving you the service you deserve. Come fly the friendly skies.